me, nothing encapsulates family rhetoric more clearly and perhaps more deceivingly than Christmas cards. Every mid-December, I brace myself for the onslaught of Christmas letters telling tales of perfect grandchildren from family friends who give themselves names like Grandma-Lise and Grandmary. Photo cards from friends who apparently no longer appear in photos, having been replaced by their well-wishing child. Holiday cards from relatives stuffed with awkward photos from last year's Christmas, where everyone stands around the tree and acts normal for enough time to forget the part where Uncle Chip got drunk and ruined Christmas. I, too, was once a proud creator of the Christmas card and letter, clearly a sign of premature aging. Dear cousin, please enjoy this handmade card. Let me tell you what's going on in my life. You want to know about my dissertation, yes? Good. These past few years, however, I've stopped in part because I no longer seem to fit the genre expectations for my generation. Friends now send cards not to tell me about their lives, but to show off the kids. The visuals: kid in reindeer costume, toddler in snow, screaming children on Santa's lap. The text: Johnny's first step, Kiara's piano recital, Felice's first day of school. I have no such story. I have no such images. Instead, I have 5 years of expensive tests, fertility doctors, acupuncturists, herbalists, naturopaths, dietitians, chiropractors, and massage therapists who all agree with the following diagnosis: unexplained infertility. Merry Christmas from our family to yours. Here's a photo of my apparently quite healthy, barren uterus wearing a Santa hat. So what is family? Or rather, who comprises a family? My husband, my 11-pound dog, and me? Family? My mother-in-law does wrap presents for the dog, and friends often address Christmas cards to Jeff, Kristen, and Enid. But are we a family? To the Google. Image search, family. Results, page 1, 18 white heterosexual couples with kids, 2 Family Guy images, 2 sketches of raceless heterosexual couples with kids, 1 single black man with kids, and The Simpsons with kids. Page 2, 9 white heterosexual couples with kids, 3 black heterosexual couples with kids, including the Obamas, 2 Family Guy images, 2 penguins with a baby penguin, and another handful of raceless illustrations of mom, dad, and kids. And so it goes. So what's common here other than the prevalence of white, straight people? Kids. Family equals kids. Even the penguins agree. Google fails me, essentially meaning that you, dear users of the internet, do not tend to consider my circumstances family worthy. You do not tag photos of couple with cat as family, nor, to be fair, do I name my photo pages of Kristen and Jeff's Italy trip as family trip. The rhetoric of family implies something I am not. So why might it matter? My story is not unique. The more you tell people of your own infertility, the more you learn that while some people choose not to have children, there are many more for whom there was no choice. Those aunts and uncles you wondered why never had kids, those professors you always assumed put work before family, those friends who dress their dog up in Santa costumes and make a Christmas card out of it. These stories remain silent. These stories are not part of our life narrative, and these stories certainly aren't a part of family rhetoric. And as Cheryl Glenn reminds us, while silence is often a rhetorical act, when it comes to infertility, silence is often an absence. It is an act of complicity. It is a silence we don't even know how to begin hearing. If you answer the question, any kids, with, no, I'm infertile, you can watch the asker's face cringe with regret. They wish you remained silent. They wish your rhetorical act was one of avoidance, of implicitly agreeing with our current notions of family and replying with no. Or even better, no, not yet. We are not comfortable with infertility. We tend not to think of the infertile couple as a family. Lloyd Bitzer famously defined rhetoric as a mode of altering reality not by the direct application of energy to objects, but by the creation of discourse which changes reality through the mediation of thought and action. So, what if our actions were to include mindful rhetorical listening so that we might hear and challenge limited notions of the family? What if our actions were to create a family discourse so that we see family where we didn't before? Might such rhetorical work change our reality of family rhetoric? Broadening our narratives of family to include not just the infertile, but anyone whose family life does not include the neatly categorized images conjured up when one thinks of family. Well, this is a family rhetoric I can believe in.